Yes, bless up people, you done know. It is I and I, Blind Visionary, aka The Conduit, back with another blind review. Before I get into the review, like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You done know, big up to the corner crew. Anyway, without further ado, today I'm going to be talking about the second installment rapper producer collab album from beyond hip hop legend, I'd say hip hop staple, hip hop essential, hip hop icon, Masta Ace, and seldom talked about, well established and super underrated producer, Marco Polo. Title of the album is Richmond Hills, their follow up to A Brooklyn Story. And man, where do I begin? I discovered hip hop in 1983 or 84, and there was just a feeling that I couldn't describe. Just the actual music, the culture, MCing, breaking, DJing, graffiti, all that good shit. Like, I was just drawn to it. And this album right here, it has all of those things that made me fall in love with hip hop 40 years ago. And it gives me a warm, comfortable feeling in my stomach. Like, yeah, with records like this, regardless of what is around it, the culture gonna be all right. And this is proof that the whole age thing is just an invalid talking point to just try to put down people for the sake of putting down people, because this brother is in his 50s and he's rapping like he's 15. The youth is there and the maturity is there at the same time. That's the best of perfect. Like, that's what a man is supposed to be. You grow old, but you stay in touch with the present. And this album has example after example after example, whereas, yeah, it's some grown man shit, but it's not out of touch. And it's very current. And it doesn't sound like, even though this dude has a 30-something year career, he sounds fresh and he sounds current. And the production is just that, production. It's not beats. Huge difference, and I keep stressing that. And these two, ever since their first collabo back on Marco Polo's debut, these brothers have had a chemistry. And even though I wasn't a huge fan of A Brooklyn Story, I could still appreciate it for what it was. It just wasn't, I wasn't in a place in life where it could have just gravitated with me. But this time around, like, holy shit, this album floored me from start to finish. I don't see nothing wrong with it because it has all the elements that make hip hop the great art form that we all live by and swear by. And when it comes to this whole music thing, like I stated a whole bunch of times, I am jaded. Been listening to this shit for decades. So when you impress me, you're really doing something right. And this is doing everything right. The bar is in the stars. And any album that I'm kind of going to critique, I'm holding to this standard moving forward, at least for the rest of 2024. Strong album candidate. The guest features, they do their job. Nobody really outshines anybody. And there's a bunch of features, but it's still Masta Ace and Marco Polo's project. And, Masta Ace is in the driver's seat, driving the sonical luxury vehicle that is Marco Polo's beats. And everything that is said complements everything that is played. And it's just like a match made in hip hop heaven. And man, oh man, oh man, I was on cloud nine listening to this album. And yeah, I don't usually start albums as soon as it done, like back to beginning, let's go again. That's not me. I usually let it rest for a couple hours, maybe even a day, and I go back to it. But now I was like, yo, I need more of this shit. Yeah, I don't have nothing negative to say. And if you have anything negative to say, then I don't know what to tell you because we're listening to something different. And if this is not what floats your boat, then I don't know, you just need to stay sunk at the bottom of the ocean. Brilliant piece of work, highly recommended. I don't just recommend listening to it, I recommend purchasing this to be a part of your life, to be a go-to. This is not like an album that's going to fade away within days of getting it, even though we think it's dope, because that's the case with a lot of music that's out right now, whether we want to like it or not, because like there's so much, like by the time you start getting into something, something else drops, so you kind of have to move your attention away and go to that, and it's like shit. But this is not going to be one of these albums. You know, this is a very impactful album, and there's a song on this album that is like centuries ahead of what most MCs are trying to do, and it's like brilliant shit. You know, strong candidate for Song of the Year, unless, you know, well, we'll see. I mean, we still have a whole damn year to go, like basically like 11 months. So yeah, we'll see. But so far, yeah, I don't see nobody topping that shit. Like, yeah. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into the part of the album where I break it down track for track. And this album is 18 tracks, but it has a bunch of skits on it. And the skits basically involve Marco Polo literally from his birth. Like the intro is his dad in the hospital getting all excited about finally having a boy and like chatting up with the nurses and shit. So it kind of kicks, even though it's Masta Ace's album, they kind of input Marco Polo's story in it, and kind of it gels with it and it works. It doesn't feel out of place or like what the hell is going on here. So, you know, kudos to y'all for pulling that off. And then yeah, we'll have the opening track, Brooklyn Heights. And oh Lord, what an opener. Triumphant beat. Sounds like, yeah, celebration of the culture, celebration of, oh yeah, I'm still here type shit. But most importantly, celebration of Brooklyn. Whereas this is a song that you have heard a million times before. Brooklyn MCs have a way of just making you know that ain't nowhere on the planet that has more pride in this thing called hip hop and where they're from than the borough of Brooklyn. And yeah, Masta Ace is on full display with that. And yeah, it's a very traditional, grimy sound, but it is very updated as far as what is being said and how it's being said. So yep, we're off to the races, and this horse running full speed ahead from start to finish. So we'll move to the third track, second song, Certified, featuring Coast Contra. Now, this is just stripped down bars, bunch of dudes rapping. This is the cypher inside an album, so that the album equivalent of a cypher. Beat is stripped down, in your face, drum break type shit, very jazzy, very grimy. Masta Ace does his thing. All members of Coast Contra do their thing. Each of them get 8 bars. Dope chorus have swag, chorus have vibes. So again, difference between rhyming on a beat and making songs, and these are songs. And yeah, this is dude showing you professionalism and how it's done. So yeah, step your game up, people. So if you hear me critiquing you, it's because I'm comparing you to shit on this album. So yeah, let it be known. So then we'll move on to another skit, cartoons, where, you know, Marco Polo talking about the cartoons him used to like, and then him father Butty was like, you know, let me watch some shit that I want to watch. But, you know, there's a continuing, like, trend of unraveling Marco Polo's origins, upbringing, what made him who he is, what got him to where he is today. So yeah. And then we'll have Hero featuring Inspector Deck. And this is, how can I describe this? This beat, it kind of is cartoonish as far as the samples, so I kind of feel that's why the interlude came before with the whole cartoon vibe. And then you have the Spider-Man and Hip Hop Inspector Deck as a guest feature. And yeah, both of them do their thing. I mean, there's nothing really here besides rapping. Last time I checked, if you're rapping dope over a dope ass beat, ain't nothing wrong with that. So yeah, as we continue on with this awesome ass album, we'll get to Life Music featuring Strickland and Speech. Now this is exactly what the title, suggests. Life music. What is not life is hard, life is celebratory. It might get to you, but as long as you're still here, live, celebrate. Both MCs do their thing, and when I saw featuring Speech, I was like, oh, Speech grab a verse, but no, he didn't. And that's the letdown to this. If there's anything to kind of criticize, I say, oh, negative if you want to call it that. But he did some decent melodic background ad-libs. I mean, I just think based on who Speech is, he would have been very appropriate, having a verse, but it is what it is. Still a very good song. Nice, uplifting vibe. It's not no grimy punch in the face type shit. It's variation. It's life music. Life is not one element. So yeah. So then we get to Below the Clouds, featuring Blue. And man, this is a eerie, devilish, sinister ass beat with some smoothness implemented into this. So it's like audio gumbo that just tastes perfect to your ears. And you have Ace and them doing their whole thing in terms of, we up here, y'all need to stay down there. You're not on our level. And it's kind of like a flip to Above the Clouds from Gangstar. And I'm even big them up in the beginning of the song. And Blue complements what's being said. And yeah, this is one of the better of some damn good songs. It's not saying any songs is bad, but yeah, this is one of the highlights right here. And even though I wouldn't be able to see it, it would be dope for them to have a video for this. So yeah, not a solid song. Again, I don't have nothing bad to say about any of these songs. So then we'll get to St. Robert, is another skit Marco Polo talking about, when him just get to school and him kind of was finding himself and self-explanatory type shit. So then we'll get to another favorite song of mine, mainly because of the hook, Heat of the Moment, featuring Pat Bundy. The hook for this song is a blueprint of what a hook is supposed to be. Because I tell people all the time, as much as the meat and potatoes of the verses is significant, the hook is way more significant to make the body of work a song and to kind of give the song accessibility. Yeah, I mean, the head's gonna check for the verse, but like if you want people to kind of get into the realm, you're gonna have to reel them in with an accessible hook, and then eventually they'll listen to what you're saying. But like a lot of times, a lot of MCs, underground or otherwise, in this whole purest form realm of hip hop, they don't usually get the importance of that. Them just think, oh, rapping good over a dope beat is enough and the hook is secondary. And yeah, that shows that you can't be in a league with certain calibers of MCs and producers if that's the standard you hold. But anyway, it is what it is. So I will move to Jordan Theory. So now this beat is kind of a playful, not too serious type of beat, but it kind of deals with serious issues as far as growing up, dealing with having to hear the word no from your parents when you want to get certain things. I mean, the theme is touching on, a hip hop / black staple, which is Jordans, and in general, overpriced brand name shit that, we are obsessed with and we kind of basically prioritize. So it's like, oh shit, I'm broke, I have bills due, but I have to look fly. And a big part of that comes from the mentality of when you're coming up and you're going out to the store with your parents and you're like, Mom, can I get that? Mom, can I get that? You just hear, no, 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 no. So yeah, I don't think I would have liked this song beat wise if Masta didn't do what he did over it. Like it complements it and it makes it sound like, okay, this beat was made for this song and this subject matter. And that's what happens when the MC and the producer are on the same page and you just don't phone it in. So yeah, again though, subject matter. You see what we have, people? We have the MC shit talking and we have substance. We have balance. It's not just one or the other. I always tell people, music is like the week. Every day ain't Tuesday. You have to have variation and you have to have that thing that connects with human people who either know you as a fan or just get introduced to you for the first time. And this is all present through all these songs. So yeah, excellent job so far. So then we get to Money Problems featuring Che Noir. And the title says it all. It's a song dealing with money issues. And who doesn't have money issues? Even people with money have money issues. It's a universal theme that we can all relate to. And Ace basically goes in and drops some jewelry as far as, be wise with your money, make your money not own you, you own the money. But the highlight here is Che Noir's feature and Che Noir's verse. Like, between her and Little Sims, two top female MCs right now, and have been for like little over 2 years. And yeah, she raps from the perspective of money and the ups and downs of it. And at the end, she kind of says, I hope the next person that gets a hold of me can treat me differently by, investing, saving, doing that kind of shit, because that's the only way I'm going to flourish, she basically said. So yeah, dope song, dope concept, executed well over solid production. So yeah, as we continue, Scarborough, not a skit. And I think this is a skit where Marco Polo basically reveals that he had a time in his life where he had a serious issue with drugs and became an addict, which I did not know. Doesn't strike me as that kind of dude, but goes to show you, life is life and no one is exempt, no matter who you are, from certain things. So then we have PPE. PPE is basically the hood song, if you want to call it that. Or, turmoil in the hood, when people describe all the shit that's going on. And this is the drug aspect of it. The addicts and the dealers and the people who have to navigate that minefield. But based on the hook, it kind of also stresses the fact that this shit doesn't discriminate. Everybody going through it. Black people, brown people, yellow people, white people, everybody. And yeah, it's reality rap at its finest over a very different drum pattern. Breath of fresh air. I like shit like this. It's boom bap, but it's not just streamlined boom bap. It's boom bap with variety. And yeah, not a solid song. And again, different pages, different subject matters, right through. Take notes, people. This is how you do a solid body of work. That's an album as opposed to just compiled songs. Borderline playlist shit. Everything connects, everything gels. This all feels like it was worked on in the same place. And yeah, I appreciate that. And then some. So Then we get to Outside In featuring C Red and E Smitty. And this is a very smooth Chicago step type song. The grown women will love this song. This is their song. And it's not a corny ass simp type song. This is still very much hip hop, and it still very much goes with the variety that this album is bringing. And it sounds like it was recorded during or right after lockdown when we were just literally coming back outside, because it's like the hook is saying, we've been inside, and Master Ace basically macking to a girl and talking about all the things them can do if we go outside. And yeah, solid song. And some people might think this is, kind of corny or whatever, but yeah, you can tell who is in touch with the ladies out there and who is getting laid and who isn't, based on if you don't get this song or not. Yeah, I said it. Again, grown man music, so, and I pointed out the fact that the vibe of this shit is Chicago step. Not many people gonna pick up on that if you don't even understand that culture. But anyway, not a solid song that I like. Like I said, there's nothing on this album I don't like. It is perfect. Now we get to the song that made my head explode, Connections. I'm not going to spoil what this song does, because you need to just experience it for the first time, because me telling you, it gonna make your head explode. I don't have to give that courtesy to anything else on the album, because me telling you all this shit not gonna take anything away from it. But yeah, I have to keep this a secret. Just yeah, this song. This is a song when I say, yeah, this song has potential to have Song of the Year, status. You'll hear why. And you'll understand why Masta Ace has been and will continue to be one of the greatest ever do this shit. So yeah, you done know. So then we have Plant-Based. A very, very touchy subject slash song in terms of pulling it off without it sounding corny and preachy. And I'm happy to report that this is neither. It's the complete opposite. This is well done. It is inspiring. And this beat is the last thing I would even think about making this kind of song over. And it works. And it works very well. So yeah, when you do something like this and it don't come off corny and it sounds genuine and it don't sound preachy, mission accomplished. Can't be mad at that. You done know. So then we have December 25th. I think this is the final skit. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what the hell this is. So I apologize. But then it follows the last song, which is All I Want, featuring Wordsworth. And production-wise, this reminds me of like an updated version of Hey Young World. Very similar elements, very similar chords, very similar vibe, but it's his own thing. And you have Ace and Words talking about what they want for Christmas. And it's not no bullshit. It's stuff that's significant. And it still sounds very like holiday spirit vibe and positive, but it's saying some real shit, especially Words verse. And it's an excellent way to close out an album. So yeah, from start to finish, we don't even have bangers, we just have amazing songs that are sequenced perfectly, that complement each other. There's variation, there's class A rhyming, there's turntablism, there are no whack features, there's no out of place shit, everything works. Yeah, splendid fucking album this is. Big up to Marco Polo, big up to Master Ace, big up to hip hop. This is a win. Do not pass this album up. Buy this shit, tell your people to buy this shit, play this shit for people so them can hear it and run out and buy it themselves. This needs to be everywhere because it is hip hop in its purest, most unadulterated form. Well done, people. Excellent job. Well, this has been my review. You done know. Tune in to the next one. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Big up to the corner crew. You done know. I have spoken.
Stop recording video.